Percy the penguin who wanted to fly. Way down south, where the world is covered in sparkling ice and snow and the sea is a deep, chilly blue, lived a little penguin named Percy. Percy lived with his family and friends in a big penguin colony. They were very good at many things. They could waddle in a line, waddle, 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 slide on their bellies down icy slopes, whoosh, and catch tasty fish in the cold water. But Percy often found himself looking up, up, up into the big, wide sky. High above, graceful birds like the albatross with its giant wings and the speedy petrels would soar and glide on the wind. They dipped and dived, making beautiful patterns against the clouds. "Oh," Percy would sigh, watching them, "if only I could fly like that, to float on the wind and see the world from way up high." Percy wanted to fly more than anything. While his friends were busy diving for fish or huddling together for warmth, Percy would try his best to flap his flippers, which were like wings, weren't they? He stood on a sturdy ice floe, took a deep breath, and flapped, and flapped, and flapped. But nothing happened. He just stood there, flapping and flapping until he got quite tired. His friends chuckled kindly. "Percy," they said, "penguins don't fly in the sky. We swim in the sea." But Percy didn't want to swim just then. He wanted to soar. Percy didn't give up. He saw how the birds sometimes launched themselves from high places, so he waddled his way up the tallest snowdrift he could find. It wasn't very tall, but it felt like a mountain to Percy. He looked down, took another deep breath, flapped his flippers with all his might, and jumped. Poof! He landed softly in a pile of fluffy snow below. He wasn't hurt, but he definitely wasn't flying. He was just sitting in the snow, feeling a little bit silly and very disappointed. He tried one more time. He noticed how the birds used the wind. So on a windy day, Percy stood facing the breeze, holding his flippers out like sails. Whoosh! Went the wind! But instead of lifting him up, it just pushed him along, making him slide backwards across the ice until he bumped gently into a snowdrift. Bump! Percy sighed a big, frosty sigh. Maybe his friends were right. Maybe penguins just couldn't fly. He waddled sadly over to the edge of the water, watching the waves lap against the ice. Just then, a large, whiskery face popped out of the water with a gentle splash. It was Solomon, the wise old seal. Solomon had seen Percy's attempts to fly. Solomon. "Hello there, Percy. You look a bit downhearted today. What troubles a fine young penguin like you?" Percy looked at Solomon's kind eyes. "Oh, Solomon," he sighed. "I just wish I could fly. Like the beautiful birds in the sky, they get to soar so high and see everything, but my flippers, they just don't work like wings." Solomon the seal listened patiently, nodding his head. "Ah, yes," he said, his whiskers twitching. "Flying in the sky is indeed wonderful to watch. Those birds are built perfectly for the air. But Percy, have you ever thought about what you are built perfectly for?" Solomon. "Tell me, Percy, what happens when you leave the land and slip into the water?" Percy blinked. "Well," he said, "I swim and dive to catch fish." Solomon. "Exactly. Why don't you show me? Go on, hop in." Percy felt a little unsure, but Solomon's smile was kind. So Percy took a breath, and ploop! He slipped off the ice edge into the cold blue water, and suddenly, everything changed. On land, Percy waddled, but in the water, oh, Percy was magnificent. His flippers, which were clumsy for flapping in the air, became powerful paddles. His sleek body cut through the water like an arrow. He zoomed, he swooped, he twisted and turned with incredible speed and grace. He dived deep down, chasing shimmering fish, faster than any bird could fly underwater. He wasn't waddling, he was dancing. He wasn't clumsy, he was powerful. He wasn't just swimming, he was flying through the water. Percy popped back up to the surface, gasping with excitement and joy, water droplets sparkling on his feathers. Solomon the seal was beaming. Solomon. "You see, Percy, you can fly. Maybe not in the sky like the albatross, but you fly through the water better than any bird ever could. You have your very own special way of soaring." Percy looked at his flippers, then at the water, then up at the sky where a bird was circling. He understood now. He didn't need to fly like the birds because he had his own amazing way to fly. He felt proud of his strong flippers and his sleek body, perfect for his underwater world. "Thank you, Solomon," Percy chirped happily. He gave the wise seal a grateful nod, then with a joyful flip, he dived back into the water, ready to fly some more with his penguin friends. He still loved watching the birds in the sky, but now he loved being a penguin even more.